So now that we've got the tyres fitted, we're going to show you how to fit your new wheels to your bike and to transfer across any components that you might need to. So first things first, we're going to remove the front wheel. And this will differ depending on the bike that you have. This one is tool free, so just slide out the through axle and pop the wheel to one side. Then for the rear wheel, this one's the same. We're going to undo the through axle. Keep a hold of the wheel and just drop it out. So first things first, we're going to remove the brake rotor from the old wheels. There are two types of rotor lock ring in use. This one is internally splined, so we're going to use a cassette tool and just loosen it. Set that to one side. So now we can fit the brake rotor onto the new front wheel. So we're going to remove the lock ring and always recommend lightly greasing the splines before fitting a new rotor. And then fit the rotor. Replace the lock ring. And on Parcours hubs, we use an externally splined lock ring. So you'll need a bottom bracket tool, the Park Tool BBT9 or similar, and use this to apply torque to the lock ring and tighten. And that's ready to fit. So repeat the process with the rotor on the rear wheel. Now we're going to remove the cassette. So take your chain whip, apply it around the cassette and your lock ring tool, and just loosen off. It's worth noting this is a SRAM XDR cassette, so it actually needs to be fully unscrewed. A Shimano cassette will just remove the lock ring and come straight off. And then lift the cassette off. So now we're going to place the cassette onto the new free hub. This one drops on. Take your lock ring tool and tighten. Same applies for the rotor. Unscrew the lock ring. Light coating of grease. Rotor in place. Lock ring. And the same bottom bracket tool to tighten. Okay. So now we're going to replace the front wheel. Just slide it back in. Make sure your rotor is aligned. Through axle in. And tighten. Same with the rear wheel. Bring it in, align with the rotor, and reinsert the through axle. So then all you need to do just to finish off is just double check that your gear alignment and your rotor alignment are the same. Make sure there's no rubbing, make sure there's no skipping of gears, and you're good to go.